Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. So I'm going to take you through and show you the nutrition builder and how that all can come together. So just take a minute for a few people to join, and then we can jump right in. And if you guys have any questions at any point, please do just chuck in any questions that you want. We can run through those first, and then we can go through the nutrition side of things. And if this is successful, if you guys like it, then of course we can do more of these. We can have once a week, we could jump on. I can show you all of the cool things that we're working on, all of the exciting stuff that's coming up. And the most important thing is your feedback to that so that we can continue to evolve it and make sure that this has everything that you need. So we will just see if anyone else jumps in. A couple of people asking if there's a Zoom link. I actually have another link that I can give you guys to this. I'm using like a webinar system for this. So I can give you the link directly to this if you give me 2 seconds. All right, so hopefully you guys got that link. So this is a software that I'm using called StreamYard, and all the software that I use so many different AI things now for all the video and repurposing just to make our time more efficient. So as coaches, if you need to know anything about those things, then just feel free to drop me a message or post in here, and then I can let you guys know, because there's some really cool tools out there now. Man, someone's on here for 4 o'clock in the morning. You guys are crazy. Madden, how are you? That's amazing that you're on here at 4 in the morning. I appreciate it. All right, so we have 29 people, which is huge. I appreciate everyone joining. So what I'll do is I'll just jump in and start to show you some of the nutrition stuff, which is going to be insane. So the nutrition, first of all, is something that I've always wanted to be the very best that it can be. In the very beginning, there's obviously the easy option of integrating with some of the other platforms out there. So MyFitnessPal as an example. But for me, the goal has always been to create this around you and the way you coach and giving you everything you need. So in the future, imagine being able to do meals by portion sizes, or lots of different ways, like for all different types of client types. And so rather than depending on another platform and using their data, by working with us, you guys and me, we can build out something that's going to be awesome for everyone to use. So I'm going to show you the nutrition now. Morning to everyone getting up at like crazy times. So grateful for you guys doing it. It's amazing. So let me make sure that I can get this little system to work and share my screen with you. So hopefully you guys are going to be able to see my screen. Hey, Caitlin. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Aaron. So if you guys let me know if you can see my screen okay. And as long as you can see it, if you just drop me a message to let me know that you can see it, then I will bring up some of the other stuff so that I can show you. Okay, awesome. So I'll jump in. This is going to be screenshots of what I've prepared for you guys. So the way in which anything works, just so you know, for development process, is that first of all, we'll conceptualize something. So from your feedback, we'll sit around, we'll have a chat about how this needs to operate. What's our end goal for this, for you and for your users, to make it as enjoyable as possible. And then from there, we'll put together some very rough designs. Like everyone in the team laughs at my designs because they're always terrible. But it just gives us like a framework of something we can build on so that we start to get an understanding. And then from that, we have a business analyst. And what they do is they create a document of like 60, 70 pages of every little tiny thing that needs to take place and happen. So that's, if you imagine like a translation between me with the ideas and you guys, and then we give that to our business analyst to do an interpretation of it for developers so they can understand, and then they work on it. So without further ado, these are some of the screens. And then at the end of this, after I've shown you it all, I'll give you a timeline as to when we can expect to roll this out. So first up, we're going to have a wizard. These are screenshots of it. So when you create a new nutrition plan in the future, it will pop up and ask you, what do you want to do? Do you want to use the Kahunas AI assistant, or do you just want to go ahead and do it on your own? So on your own, you just create your own plans. You all know what that looks like. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to show you, if you're using the Kahunas AI system, what that's going to look like, and exactly what we mean by AI, because that term is thrown around so much now. It was like crypto. Crypto came out, everyone crazy about crypto, and everyone's an expert at crypto. NFTs, same thing. And now AI. Everyone's talking about AI. And there's a very broad scope as to what is AI and how are people using it. So I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to tell you exactly how we're going to use it. I'm going to tell you what it can do. I'm going to tell you what it can't do and what our goal is for the future with it. But ultimately with AI, it's about not replacing things that you do. It's about how can we make your time as efficient as possible. So we want you to have the minimum amount of inputs for the maximum amount of output. And by doing that, it allows you to run your business more efficiently. It allows you to give a better service to your clients. It allows you to do more with your finite period of time and then get better results ultimately. So here we go into the next screen. Once you've chosen that you're going to use the assistant, basic information. You've all seen this. This is your typical TDEE calculator that you would have recognized before. And this is just going to have the general details that you're going to chuck in. I'm just going to quickly check and make sure everyone can still see what I'm talking about. All right, good. No complaints. So it looks like we're good to keep going. So let me just jump back on this. Let's minimize this one. So yeah, basic TDE calculator, nothing fancy here. You guys have seen it a million times. Male, female, choose your gender, and you'll choose a specific goal. So we're going to have in there a variance of different goals, and that will ultimately determine the calculations that are going to be used for the actual AI assistant. And so heading into the next screen, you'll then be asked about your client's lifestyle, like what's their activity level, number of workouts per week, time they wake up, time they go to sleep, and time they work out. Why do we want to know these things? Now, this comes into the next screen. So here, if you're creating your own plan, we're going to give you the option to choose if you want to adjust the nutrition around their workout. Now, this is going to probably be mainly for slightly more advanced clients. If you're dealing with Gen Pop, you just want to give them a straight meal plan, you can just do that. You can just put in, this is their goal, this is what we want, and then output the meals. But if you have clients that want specific nutrition around their workouts, they want different nutritional training days to rest days, you might want to change the carbohydrate balance on those different days, change the calories, then this AI assistant is going to do all of that for you. So you pop in number of meals per day, you put whether you want to adjust the nutrition around the workout, choose a carb preference, so very high, high, low, very low, and then just balanced. You'll be able to put dietary preferences, so you'll be able to choose vegetarian, vegan, keto, all these different types. We're gonna have like 10 different types you can choose from. Any allergies, so all the typical allergies, nuts, crustaceans, dairy, gluten, and then you can put some foods they like. So if your clients filled out their initial Q&A and they're like, hey, I really like Skittles and Cocoa Pops, or I really like chicken and potatoes, then you can put that here. And the same for foods that they dislike. Also within the algorithm and the AI, you're gonna have the options to do a cheat meal. Now, I know that cheat meal is such a horrible terminology to use, and that you probably never want to use that with your clients. And I get that. It was a big learning curve for us from having the word diet instead of nutrition. And so this cheat meal, you're only going to see this. Like, your clients are never going to know it's a cheat meal. It's just for organizing the week. Let's say you're going to produce a plan for the week, right? But you want to give your client on that Friday night a few extra calories. It's just easier for us to define it as cheat meal. We can change that. It's just a name. And then you're going to choose the measurement. So is your client in the US? Do you want ounces, fluid ounces, all that sort of stuff? Or do you want milliliters and liters with the UK system? You're going to click next. There will be an additional screen in between there that's going to ask you it's going to show you what the recommended output is. So from all that information, here's what we're going to recommend for train day, non-train day. Do you want to go ahead with that? And you'll have an opportunity there to override it if you want to. Once that's done, it's going to produce a plan for you. And brace yourselves, because this looks very, very, very different to what we have at the moment. And I will open this now. This is going to be your meal plan that it's going to produce. And so let me explain to you and show you everything that's happening here on this screen. Straight off the bat, you're going to see all your different days that have been produced. So assuming you're adjusting nutrition around the training, you're going to have a training day, rest day, and a cheat day. Cheat day having the more calories in the evening for your client's cheat meal. And also we're going to give you the option, if you like the previous just one day, you're going to be able to click it. And then that's going to look like this. So you can see here, this is much more similar, much closer representations to the current layout, right? So we've got this is a meal, that's why there's a big picture. But you just got the foods, and then you've got the stuff, everything on the right. And then here you can drag and drop, and that looks similar to what we have now. But this one, which I really like, is the full plan. So this gives you the whole week, so you can see the big picture. And now what it's going to do, because the day is going to have different calories, it's going to give you what the average is. So essentially, the way the AI is going to work is that it's going to work out across the week what a day by day looks like for your client. And then based on preferences that you set, it's going to take that as a week. Then it's going to proportionally change the calories and macronutrient requirements on the workout day, the rest day, and the cheat day. And then it's going to make sure that across the week, if you add up all those days, so if you're doing 4 training days, you've got 2 rest days, you've got 1 cheat day, add all that up, divide it by 7, you're going to end up with whatever the client's specific target is, so that the calories across the week equal whatever the goal is, to ensure that you have this variance from the day to day, but from week to week, it's the right calorie requirements. And now within this, you'll see here, we have so many cool new features. And so I'm going to run through them and show you some of the cool stuff. I will stop just to check for, okay, so let's see. Quick questions. So is this optional instead of just generating a meal plan? Yeah, it's all optional. So if you want, you don't have to do any of this. You can click to create a plan, just create a plan on your own from scratch. It works exactly the same way as it does now. You'll be able to just create all your meals, but you'll also be able to set macro targets. So let's say, for example, let me just minimize this quick. Let's say, for example, when you've come through, there's nothing here. So let me show you like a macro-based plan. Like you could essentially just add days. So you'll add another day, and then you could add these like as meals and targets. So you can set a target for the day or meals or no target at all. But then if you want to, you can then, if you set your own targets, you can then add foods to try and hit these targets. And so really it's as automated or not as you want it to be. You could produce the whole plan and then you could just tweak it, or you could just create everything on your own without any help at all from the assistant. So with the assistant, this here, you've got your targets for the day. Also, you're going to notice we have these, which is your micronutrients, which will finally be a part of this. And I'm going to tell you when this is all coming. So micronutrients are going to be included. And we're going to have macronutrient breakdowns for the day and also for each individual meal. You're also going to be able to see for the day what percentage of carbs, proteins, and fats the whole meal allocation is. And then the same for the individual day. So you'll be able to see for this, for this meal, like what is the percentage of carbs, fats, and calories that you have here. All the foods are going to have images and all of the information that you can see here. This little button here, and also here, when you click this, you have a little menu. This is going to allow you to just regenerate things. So if you come down and you look at this meal and you think, I don't want that meal, my client doesn't want that, you'll just be able to click like regenerate. It's just going to, using the same macronutrients for that specific meal and all of the preferences you've set, it's just going to create meal after meal after meal for you to get it right. Now, in the future, this is further down the road, with the AI is going to become much more advanced. So after this is output, and again, this is in the future. Like, I wish I could do this now. Like, genuinely, I get so excited about it. But in the future, we'll have a little box up here, and you'll be able to type whatever you want, and it will do it. So, for example, it produces a whole plan. You could type, I don't want any turkey in this plan. Change it for something else, and it would just then change it for everything else. Or you could type like, add in some more blueberries, and then it's just going to proportionally do it. So that's going to come eventually. We need to do it in stages. Again, I want to just give you guys everything now, but we need to just do it in stages to make sure that it has everything you need and works perfectly. So you'll be able to, regenerate these meals. You have alternative meals as well if you want. So there'll be all your alternative meals, of course, here for your clients. You can drag and drop an order. You can drag and drop from different days. This is your whole setup. And you'll see here that we have the meals. So meal is going to have a photo. And if you wanted to create a meal as an example, let me bring this one up. This would be like creating a meal. So if I click this, then I'm going to create a meal. And it's going to have all the details, notes, and everything here, and an image. With the meals as well, the cool thing is that you're going to be able to define what a portion is. So you could add, and I'll show you this. I'm jumping around now, which I have a tendency to do. But let's say you have all your meals here. So this is your library of all your different meals. You'll be able to set portions for the meal. So you'll add all your ingredients, set the number of portions, and then when you go to add this meal to your client's plan, you could just put 1, and obviously it's going to change all of these proportionately so that it matches whatever it is that you're trying to give your client. Your clients will have access to all of your meals. They'll also be able to create all of their own meals. And when you're using the assistant to create your meal plans, it will first look to try and fulfill all the targets from your own meals. So everything you've created. And if it can't do that, it's then going to fill in the missing places with the AI and the database. And the database, I'm going to tell you about in 2 seconds. I'm just going to check back and see how we're getting on with messages. Man, so many cool questions. Yeah, can we choose other macros like protein and fat percentages? Yes, you can. You'll be able to choose the percentages. Amazing. I'm glad you like it. Are these going to be meals that are preloaded? Yes, you'll be able to create your own. And then we're currently going through hiring a nutritionist, and they're going to create loads of meals that we'll have populated for you as well. So we'll have different types of meals that you'll be able to use. So, for instance, keto, vegan, plant-based, all those sorts of ones. This is fantastic. Yes, amazing. Can we generate a PDF? Yes, you can. Crazy potential, amazing. Can we add a recipe link? Yes, you can indeed. All right, let's carry on with it. Wait, someone posted a new comment. What's the ETA on this? Good question. And I'm doing the typical anticipation of what's to come to keep you all on the video for the whole time. Yay. Which is also a nice little tip. If you're creating videos on social and you want to increase your engagement, let everyone know that at the end, you're going to give them the thing that they're all waiting for, and that will keep everyone hooked into the end. That's the idea. I'm not sure if it works so much if I'm telling you that that's what I'm doing, but there we go. So the other thing I want to show you when someone's logged their nutrition. So when your client's logged all their nutrition, you're going to see it like this. You're going to have a few extra things within this. So it's going to show you how many days they logged. It's going to give you a compliancy rating. So this will be, that's wrong there. This will be like a percentage rating based on their compliancy over the week, so that you can see how they're doing. And later we'll be using this information for snapshot client views when you go to your client screen. And I'll explain more about that, perhaps on another call, of how we tend to use that. Average calories, average protein, etc. You'll be able to choose a date range. It'll show you the averages for the last 7 days. And then it'll have these little notifications. So you'll see if your client did something that they weren't supposed to do or didn't complete it, you'll be able to click this little notification and it will pop up and tell you, swap to food, tuna for chicken breast, and that resulted in a protein decrease from 20 to 15 grams. And so what more is this than AI? And so AI is, as I said before, is a very loose term right now. People are just telling anyone, it's AI, yeah, it does this. So AI really is it's artificial intelligence. We all know that. But the level of that intelligence is what? For us to be able to do these calculations in a meal plan, we create quite an in-depth algorithm that's going to learn and get better over time. And so that's the AI part of this. But in terms of AI, it's going to be an assistant to you to allow you to output things much quicker. Is it going to be perfect? No. In time, will it get better? Yes. Where is the benefit of this really going to come in? The benefit of this is going to come in when you have lots of clients and you need to change plans. And so this is where the AI is going to pay off. So let's imagine you go into your client and the AI has established that we know that your client, Sally, her goal was to lose a pound in weight. Like her goal is to lose weight. She's been doing the same calories, protein, fats, and carbs. She's logged them all. And over the week, she hasn't lost any weight. So when you now go to Sally's profile and you click it, rather than you having to go in after you've gone through 20, 30 other clients and you're trying to remember, what did Sally do? What's her goal? Like you're checking everything out. You'll be able to see immediately. It'll pop up and just say, hey, Mark, Sally's goal is to lose weight. She's hit all of her foods. Her weight hasn't dropped. I recommend we drop her calories by, and it'll give you a recommendation. And you'll be able to click, yep, that's a great idea. Let's do that. So you'll click yes, and then it will tell you, okay, I've dropped her calories. Here's where I remove the calories from the meal plan. It'll show you the difference between what it was and now what it is. And then you'll be able to go in and see those changes. We'll also set it up so that you can send those changes directly to Sally so that she doesn't just get the new plan, but she also gets a snapshot of here's what changed. And that way, what we're doing is taking away not your ability to do things or make decisions, but we're fast tracking you to get to the end result. So we'll know that that's the probable outcome of someone adhering to all their plans but not losing weight. Output needs to go up or input needs to go down. And so the system's just going to recommend that to you because that's what we know should be done. And then you'll be able to choose, yeah, that sounds great, or no, I don't want to do it, just let me do my own thing. And that's entirely up to you. You'll be able to turn on and off the AI assistant as well. And long term, this will become more and more reliable and efficient because we'll be using data sets from absolutely everybody. So if you imagine right now, we have 52,000 users, I think. By the end of the year, at our current growth rate, we're likely to have 120 to 150,000 end users. And so as we get wearables and we have all of this, all of those data points are going to be pulled into one place. And then we'll be running algorithms and machine learning to start to better understand what suggestions you like and what suggestions you don't like. So if, for example, we're suggesting do this each week, and each week you'll say, no, that's an absolute terrible idea, I don't want to do that, we'll know that that's not the right thing. And so we'll suggest something else to you. And then based on how correct we're getting it, our system will learn that this is what you're expecting as the outcome from all these data points and metrics. And then it will help guide you. And so long term, it's really going to become like an actual assistant to you. So you now don't need to hire another coach or a VA, because you have our AI that's going to help you in making decisions. You'll control everything. You decide what's going to be done. This will just help guide you. And that's coming, all this basic stuff is coming very soon. So when's the date? All right, you want to know when the date is. We had a meeting the other day, is all set up, and we're hoping to get this launched in the next 3.5 to 4 months. From where we're at now to having it live, ready for you guys to be able to use. So the way that's going to break down, if you think we're in May now, we've got to the end of May, June, July, August, which means September. So beginning of September, we'll be rolling this out. In between that, we have the Workout Builder. Workout Builder is coming in July. I probably should have done it the other way around and shown you guys the Workout Builder first. But I could show you that next week on the other call. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your feedback, what you think about it all. Things you like, things you don't like all of these things. Let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah, all of these things are to be built around you, right? So it's not as much as I think, yeah, I want nutrition to be amazing and I want to be able to give you all these AI things. You might not care about that. You might think, well, I don't want that. So your feedback's so important to this. If there's things that don't look right, things that we could do better, always just tell us, because we're building this together, and that's such an important part of it. But let's have a look at some of the comments that we've got. AI assist intern, yeah, this is all amazing. Social value, this is great. This is great. Oh man, I'm so glad you guys like it. I love it. I'm so excited that you guys like it. I get a bit nervous in showing you things. And when I did all this, especially the view of like the whole week, to me, I was like, oh, that's going to be awesome. But to get your feedback is the most important thing. Just checking some questions. Can we generate a meal plan based on total calories rather than putting male, female, height, weight, etc.? Yeah. So you'll be able to override that. You'll be able to put calories. You'll also be able to, let's say you don't want to use all that, but you want to kind of do your own thing, and then you're creating your plan and you think, I just want to generate this one day or this one meal. You'll be able to put in let's put in like X amount of calories, protein, fats, and carbs, generate, and it will just generate a meal for that one specific meal. Just if you want ideas or something. Cool. Let's have a look at some more. Please add some Indian foods, Indian recipes. I love how transparent you've always been. That means a lot to me, like really, genuinely. Priya, I appreciate that so much, because that's the big thing, right? It's the most important thing in making this successful is to work with you guys to do it. And I'll always be honest and open with you. You can ask me anything about Kahunas or the business at any point, and I'll give you a 100% truthful answer. And that's so important to me, as I notice you guys, to continue to make this a success. And I'll always say that it's not perfect right now, right? It probably has 90% of the things you need in order to do your job effectively. But working together, we can ensure that over the next few months, we can fill in that extra 10% so that it's working exactly the way that you want it to. Are more verified foods coming? Yes. All right, here's what we're doing with verified foods. This is like a sneak preview thing, because this is going out on Instagram probably next week, I think, something like that. But we are going to be switching to, we're going to be having a 100% verified database. So this is going to take us a few months, but this will be rolling out in line with this. And so as we launch this, the 100% verified database will have micro and macronutrients. It'll have multiple portion sizes. That's something I forgot to mention. Multiple portion sizes per meal. So not just grams, you'll have grams, portion sizes, whatever else there's in there, teaspoons, tablespoons, etc. All that's going to be coming. And so what we've been doing over the last 6 months is looking at what are the most common foods that are being added to all of your clients' diet plans. And there's about 40,000 common foods. So even though we have a database of 900,000 foods now, there's 40,000 only that are being used across everyone's plans. And that number now isn't going up very much, because anyone else joining is using those same 40,000 foods. And so what we're doing with the nutritionists that we're hiring, we're going to vet every single one of those foods. We're going to go through every single one over the next few months, and we're going to make sure that they are 100% accurate. And then we're going to copy all that into our new structured database, our 100% verified. So when we launch this, we have those 40,000 foods, all the ones that you guys are using, 100% verified, every single one of them. And any time from that point, when we launch this, someone adds a new food to the database, it won't go out to the public. They'll be able to use it. So let's say you add a food and you add a packet of crisps or whatever. Why am I choosing bad foods like Skittles, crisps, Cocoa Pops? You choose a chicken breast, right? And you add a chicken breast, you choose your own calories and all that stuff. You'll be able to use it for the next 48 hours, 72 hours, and it won't affect anything you're doing. But that'll be sent to our nutritionist to actually look at it, verify it, make sure it's correct, make sure it's accurate. If possible, they'll add in portion sizes that work alongside it. Then they'll approve it. Once that's approved, everyone then gets access to it. It gets added to the database, and you'll get a notification saying, your food's approved. Thanks so much for helping us build up the database. And so that means in 3 months moving forward, one, you'll have all the foods you're currently using right now, but then any foods that are added from that point will be 100% verified for you and, of course, all your clients. So any clients using it know that what they're using is 100% accurate. And that will ensure that, like, I want us to have the best damn database out there for you. Like, I've looked at a lot of them. I've looked at ours, and I'm not happy with ours right now, as I know that it can always be improved. So that is coming. I'm going to make sure that it's damn amazing for you guys, because that level of accuracy is going to be so important for your clients. Let's have a look at people eat the naughty stuff as well. Yeah. Okay, it's great how you made this community and keep adding new stuff, make our lives easier, unlike a lot of the other coaching apps. I appreciate that so much. Like, it's exactly what we're trying to do. I will say, I won't keep you guys much longer. Like, it's been 30 minutes, which is amazing. Next week, we'll do a call and we'll go through the workouts, because that's coming in, how long? 7 weeks, something like that now. It's coming in the first 2 weeks of July. So I can't wait to show you guys that. It's going to be next level, and we're very close to that. So I can show you all of that next week if you guys want to get on a call. Get rid of that banana with 22 grams of fat. There's a banana with 22 grams of fat. That is terrible. I'm straight off this call. That's the first thing I'm going to do. My team that I know are watching this as well. There's 39 people on here. 37 of them are probably team members. We need to fix that. So I'm going to get that sorted for you. But truthfully, I know that this isn't possible without you. Companies say that, people say it, like, we couldn't do it without you. Generally, this doesn't exist without you. You are the reason that Kahunas exists, and it does what it does. So your support, your feedback, your DMs, your messages, everything makes it so valuable. So that's pretty much it for me. Unless you guys have anything, I'll hang here for 20, 30 seconds to see if you have any questions. I'm just going to scroll back through to make sure I didn't miss anything. We'd be able to create weekly meal prep friendly plans. For example, one big meal for 2 to 3 days of breakfast and another big meal for 2 to 3 days of lunches. Just to clarify on that one, where you're talking about the different, is that just different meals for different days, like different sizes? You could do that. The way to do it would be in the new system is that you just kind of start from scratch, and then you have your base like nothing. And then what you do is on your different days you've created, you would just allocate your calories, protein, fats, and carbs. So this meal I could do for these first 3 days, I could have this one as like the main meal. And then for the next 3 days, I could do lunch, and then just bang, auto generate. And it will just generate them for those specific to what you need. I hope that answers the question. Any plans on other payment systems like Razorpay? Razorpay isn't one that we've looked at. We're open to new ones. There was Go Cardless, I think was a pretty popular one. And we're happy to look at new ones. The best thing to do with things like Razorpay or payment integrations is pop them up on the feature request board, and then we can get everyone voting, and the most popular ones we can get done next. That's going to be the best way. In the very beginning, my team hated me every single day because people would ask me things all the time, and I'd just be like, yes, we'll do it tomorrow. And so that's eventually why we had to implement this like structure of everyone voting to make sure we're doing the best things and getting those done. Missed most of this. Did you say there's another call next week? Yes, we'll do another live call next week. We can do it every week. We have so much cool stuff. As long as you guys want this, you want to go through it, we'll do it every week. And this will go on YouTube as well. So you can access this on YouTube straight afterwards. In a workout, will we have the capability to make notes? Yes, we're going to have notes, and we will also have many other cool things in the workouts, which I will show you next week. Coach has a timing for this live. 4 a.m. is difficult. Yes, 4 a.m. is. I get up at 4 a.m. too, but I wouldn't want to do a live at 4 a.m. So I get it. Yeah, next time we could do it a different time. We could do it a couple of hours later. I think that will still work for most people. So I'll pop a time in and we can sort it all out. Aaron Burke, I remember joining Kahunas a year ago. The rate of development is incredible. Kudos to you and team. Super excited for all these features. Aaron, you're a legend, mate. Thank you so much. I remember you joining as well. And I remember our WhatsApps that we have back and forth. We still have WhatsApps now. I appreciate you being part of it. And I appreciate you recommending us to so many people. So many people have joined because of you. So thank you. All right. I think we're pretty much there. All right, so that's it, guys. Thank you again, everyone, so much. I really genuinely appreciate your time. I hope you all have an amazing week. If you need anything, post up in the Facebook group. You can email me personally, mark@kahunas.io, or DM the team, and we'd love to help you out with whatever we can. I'd love to hear from you guys. So enjoy your day, enjoy the rest of your week, and I look forward to catching up again soon. Thanks, everyone.